Hello, my friends, and welcome to a lesson about writing a book report. Now, I hope you've grabbed a copy of that outline that I put on the drive, as well as a favorite book. I grabbed one. It's The Berenstain Bears and Too Much Vacation. It's probably my favorite Berenstain Bears book. But I can write a book report about this book, and I'm going to show you how today. All you're going to need is this outline and a pencil. Now, one thing I do want to say about the outline, there's only a certain amount of space here. So if you need more, grab a separate sheet of paper. You can write your answers on there. The other thing you want to do with this is try as much as possible to write in a complete sentence. And remember, we can often make our complete sentence by using a part of the question that is asked. Well, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is write my name on this form. Now, the first detail that it asks for is the title, and the title is usually right on the front of the book. So let's copy that down. The Berenstain Bears and Too Much Vacation. Hey, look at that. Berenstain is written almost in cursive. And Too Much Vacation. Who could have too much vacation? Apparently they did. All right. The second detail it's going to ask you for is the author, which is usually on the front cover as well. It's Stan and Jan Berenstain. So I'm going to make sure to get that down too. All right. It also asks for an illustrator. An illustrator is someone who illustrates or draws the pictures for the book. Very often it will be someone separate, but in this case, this was a husband and wife team who wrote and illustrated the books. So it's actually the same people who wrote the book. Stan and Jan Berenstain. How cool is that to be both an artist and a writer? Now you'll have to read your book to get the rest of these details, so make sure you've read this book before you try to write a book report on it. A short book like this you might have read several times, and you may know these answers without even having to look back through it. The first question, it says setting, and that is the where of where this book takes place. This one starts off at their treehouse in bear country, but it also goes to a lake in the woods. There's two settings. I'm going to make sure to write both of them down. Bear country and the lake. I don't know which lake it is. It didn't really say. I haven't been able to find it myself. Characters. Who are the characters? Who are the main characters that the story happens to? In this case, it's the bear family. That's Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear. That's actually it for this one. Sometimes there may be other characters in these books, but for this one, it was just those four. Next, it's asking about the plot. What happened in the book? Well, it's quite a bit, isn't it? The bears wanted to go on vacation, and it went horribly wrong. I might even put in a bunch of details that tell really what happened to them, because if you've read this book, they really have some repeat troubles as far as trying to have a nice vacation. So fantastic. but it all went wrong. Try to be specific with some of the things that happened in the plot of your book. The next question it's going to ask you is, did you like the book? Maybe you didn't. Maybe it just wasn't for you. But this one is one of my favorites. Did you like the book? Yes, it is one of my favorites. And then it asks why. Why did I like the book? And you may need to think about that a little bit. In this case, I liked the book because it was really funny. I'm going to use a complete sentence for this, using part of this question. Did you like the book? Why? I liked the book, using that part of the question, because it was so funny. And you may have other details. And again, if you run out of space, please make sure to get a separate piece of paper so you have plenty of space for all of your answers. You can even copy the questions down as well. There is one more part at the very bottom. It says to draw a picture of your favorite part on a separate sheet of paper. I would have to look through this book and find my absolute favorite part, but I'm going to have to say it was the time that Papa pulled that fish right out of the muddy, yucky water. Oh, where is that part? There we go. Now I've got that picture there, and I'm going to actually go ahead and draw that picture on a separate piece of paper and put it with my book report. Now, what you might even do is put those together with a staple or with some string and make a cover too. That would give you a chance to do maybe even another picture from the book that you chose. Try this with one and then try it with another. If it's a series of books, you could do each one. And if this isn't in depth enough for you, there's a book report stage 2 to check out. So if you're ready for that, feel free to move on. Have fun, friends.